Okay, so let's look at area of composite figures. So area of composite, complex, or you could even say compound figures. You can find the area of complex figures by breaking the shape into smaller shapes. Then you can apply the formulas you already know and add the area of all of the shapes together for the total area. So step 1, divide shapes into smaller shapes you know the area formula for. Step 2, find the area of each shape you created. Step 3, add all of the areas together. So our notes today are pretty simple. This is page 12 in our notebook. Page 12 in our notebook. Page 12 in our math notebook. This is our notes. They're pretty simple. If you need to, right now you need to pause the video and finish copying down these notes. And then when you're ready, you'll unpause the video to come back to the lesson. Okay, so compound shapes. So if you notice, now the first one really could be a trapezoid. It can also be something else. I'm going to show you what else it can be. It could also be a rectangle and a triangle. So if you look at this, the rectangle is 8 by 4. And the whole side, get me another color here. This whole side over here is 8 meters, right? But the section for the rectangle is only 4 meters. So this and this is 4 meters. So if that is 4 meters, this section up here would be what? We have to do 8 minus 4, because we know the whole thing is 8, and if we take 4 meters off of it, this part up here would also be 4 meters. Okay, so now we have a rectangle and a triangle. And I'm going to come over to the side here. So we have two shapes. Let's go with shape 1. Shape 1 is going to be our triangle. Area equals 1/2 base times height. So that's going to be area equals 1/2, and the base is 8, because it's 8 here, that means it's 8 up above. 1/2 times 8 times, and the height is 4, okay? So A equals 1/2 of 8 is 4 times 4. So A equals 16 meters squared. So we're going to circle that. And then figure 2, it's down here, it's 8 times 4. So A equals length times width. A equals 8 times 4. So A equals 32 meters squared. Now we have to add those two together. So we have to add 32 plus 16. And I wrote 12. 32 plus 16. So 2 plus 6 is 8. 1 plus 3 is 4. 48 meters squared. So our area is 48 meters squared. Okay? Now you could have done that using area of a trapezoid, but since we're talking about compound figures, I want you to see how to break them up. So here we are on another one. And there's several ways you could break this one up. I always see breaking it up the same way every time. I don't know why. I always see breaking it up this way. Right here. And this becomes a perfect square because it's 5 by 5 and 10 by 5. So this is a 1, this is a 2, okay? And so figure 1 is going to be A equals length times width. A equals 5 times 5. So A equals 25 yards squared. And 2 would be A equals length times width. A equals 5 times 10. A equals 50 yards squared. And guys, although I'm writing on the paper, you can actually write on your notebook paper, because this is a piece of paper that would actually go over top of your notebook paper. And I can't obviously give it to you because you're not here. And there's nothing we can do about that. I can give it to you once you're back at school. So if you just want to write on your notebook paper, and then I can give it to you once you're here. So now we're going to add 25 plus 50. And that equals 75. So the area is 75 yards squared. I'm going to have to erase this a little bit so I can actually see what this number is right here. Okay. So we're doing another one that looks like this. I'm going to make this a triangle. So if this is 6 foot here and the whole thing is 14 foot, so that means this is 6 foot, right? So if this is 6 foot on this side, the whole thing equals 14 foot. What plus 6 gives me 14? Be 8. So I have figure 1, I have figure 2. So we got figure 1 as a triangle. Oh no, we figure 1 as a square, right? A equals length times width. A equals, so we have the height here. Either way we look at it, it's an 8 by 8. A equals 8 times 8. A equals 64 feet squared. And let's look at figure 2. It's a triangle. A equals 1/2 base times height. A equals, so we have our base is 6, 1/2 times 6, and our height is 8. So A equals, half of 6 is 3 times 8. A equals 24 feet squared. Now we're going to add 64 plus 24. We get 88 feet squared. Okay, now what I'm going to do for you for these next 3 is I'm going to divide up the shapes for you, but I want you to solve the math, okay? And then I want you to turn in these answers to Schoology, and what it's going to be is going to be an assignment, and you're just going to put in the correct answers for 4, 5, and 6, okay? There will be a picture of the shape, and then you'll put in the correct answer for area. So the first one, we're going to divide here. Shape 1, shape 2. We're going to divide here. Shape 1, shape 2. And we're going to divide here. Shape 1, shape 2. So you have 3 problems. I just did 3 problems with you. Oh wait, we still have more down here. I forgot. I want you to do those 3. I want to do, you're going to do this one. You're going to do number, you can do this one. 1, 2, 4. I am definitely doing this one with you because this one is difficult. And let's kind of do, I'll give you I'll do 7 and 9 with you. So number 7, I'll break it up here. We've got 1 and 2. And when I break this one up, I already have my sides all the way together for us. So I have a 28 by 28 and a 56 by 14. So A equals length times width. A equals 28 times 28. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to cheat instead of having to do the math all the way out. Maybe. So 28 times 28 is 784. So area equals 784 yards squared. That is 28, isn't it? Yeah. And then area equals length times width. And this is area equals 56 times 14. 56 times 14. 784. I want to make sure I got that right. Yards squared. And now that I have my two answers, remember I have to add them together. So 784 plus 784 is 1,568 yards squared. I'll put 784 plus 784 equals. Okay. So I'll do this really quick. You're doing 4, 6, 8. Okay. Now number 9 has given lots of people fits over time. And one of the reasons is this. Now, the first one's pretty easy. It's this first shape, A equals length times width. We can see that it is A equals 15 times 9. Okay? And so 15 times 9 is 135. And we have 135 inches squared. So we have the first one. Now the next one is a little more difficult because we have, this is 9 inches here, but we have little pieces here, and it's 1.5 and 1.5. So 1.5 plus 1.5 is 3. So we have to add 3 to 9, okay? So this 1.5 and this 1.5 has to be added into that 9. So it's 12. So A equals 1.5 base times height. A equals 1.5 times 12 times, and our height's right here, 9. So A equals half of 12 is 6 times 9. I'm going to run out of room. A equals 54 inches squared. So A equals 54 inches squared. Man, I'm running out of room, guys. So now we have to add 135 plus 54. And 135 plus 54 is 189 inches squared. Okay, so I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 problems with you, and you have 4 to do. Now, I know that you may need to pause on some of these, and that's okay, and you may have already paused, but remember, you're just breaking these down into smaller problems. My Monday, Tuesday kids, I won't get to see you again till next Monday. My Thursday, Friday kids will be working on the, well, my Thursday, Friday kids, we are together because this is Thursday. But Monday, we will be practicing this in class, so don't fret, don't worry. We'll be doing some of this in class when I can be with you, okay? Just remember, look at it. Find a way you can break it down to make it easier for you, okay? I look forward to seeing you guys, and good luck, and I'll talk to you all later.